All right, so this is where we are. We start in our advanced psychology tab, and showing you my version. So yours looks a little bit more streamlined. So I'm going to go ahead and click the modules tab, and then you'll remember that I'm the way that I'm hosting your Canvas page is that all the newest stuff is on the top. So I'm just going to click these little triangles and kind of collapse everything and go down to where I'm looking for this guy right here, our introductions module. Now, introductions module, the assignment that you're looking for is for part two. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and open this guy up. And then you're going to have to open two things, right? So the first thing you're going to need to open is the file itself. And again, yours looks a bit different because you're in the student section. And you also need to open up this guy right here, which is the sample inquiries with assessment. So this is what the sample inquiries with assessment looks like, and this is what your assignment looks like. All right. So what it's asking you to do is essentially to kind of use the assessment to address what you might be learning. So when we start here with our first inquiry, which is how do I become a criminal profiler, all we're going to do is we're just going to kind of skim the directions. We're going to skim what we're seeing, and so when we look, we see, okay, it's something about soccer, hooliganism, violence, soccer tournaments. We know this is about, let's say, criminals. Okay, so then when we look, we see what is the definition of dysfunctional behavior. So one of the things we know we're going to be learning about, we'll start here, is dysfunctional behavior, right? Now we're going to turn these into complete sentences in just a little bit. And then we're also going to learn about what is normal behavior. We're going to be learning about the rules of society and psychological health. So we're going to say rules of society, normal behavior, and then go back to that again, psychologically healthy. So psychologically healthy.
Good morning, Lafayette. Today is Monday. It is
Now
September
pause. All right. So, and we might change this to psychological health. We just are going to continue to go through the questions here, right? So, the next part is how would the investigators use inductive or deductive reasoning? I can even just copy and paste, right? So, I might just copy and paste this into this. So, these are some other things I'm learning about, right? So, as we go through, we're just going to make sure these are complete sentences. So, in this unit, I will be learning about, so no big deal. So, this is all just basic ish. There we go. And then we might just, put some commas here. And then I know you are very detail oriented, so you might want to change yours to make yours look a bit, better. And then listen, explain two pros of learning about this material. So again, just one pro is, and then you're just going to state what is one of the pros of learning. Like for example, I might say one pro is learning how to recognize dysfunctional behaviors in myself or others. Now the rating is just what is your interest level in this, right? So it's not rating the assessment. For me, I'm a 10 out of 10 on this. This is very interesting to me. I enjoy I enjoy learning more about criminal behavior. So I would say 10 or deviance in general. So I'm going to say I enjoy learning about deviant behavior and how to recognize these behaviors. Okay, so that is what I am looking at whenever I'm completing this. And then when we go to the next one, how crazy am I? Again, we're just going to kind of look carefully at what we see. So we've got a case study for Anne. And then we're going to say, okay, what am I learning about? I'm learning about the definitions of abnormality. I might even include all of those, right? I might say mental health. This is what I'm learning about, right? So, and then furthermore, as we look at Anne, we are seeing a mental health continuum. Now, the only one that we kind of have some trouble with generally is inquiry C, determining what goes in this column. So when we get to inquiry C, you'll notice that it's asking you to essentially try to apply some new definitions. Now, if you want to click on the definitions to learn those ahead of time, you can, but really you just want to see, you want to have a statement of what you're learning about. So you guys can see. Um, So this assignment is going to help us apply terms, uh, right? So apply terms that can explain how our behavior changes when we're in groups. That might be something. So I might come down here and say, this will allow me to learn terms that I am applying in social settings. We might even look at the second part of this. Um, this is a person buying a new pet, having difficulty making a decision, and how do all of these play into her decision? So we might even say, um, I will learn the psychological components of decision making. All right, so that is generally how we're going to fill this chart out, using this guy right here, right? So we're just kind of looking around and then we're using that to help us complete this. Some of us color coded these as well, just to kind of help us keep it matching with this. So for example, if we look at our very first one, that's green. And so we might even do a fill background color of like kind of that color green, just to help us whenever we're reading and when we're scrolling through the document. All right, good luck.